What's up, everybody? This is your boy Michael Lenz, aka Big Moki, coming at you at the Big Moki Studios. It's my house. But anyways, hey yo, check it. First off, Oos, where'd I put it at? I don't know. I don't know where I put it. I think I remember their names. But I want to give a shout out to the ladies at Verizon in Winslow. Believe it's on Mike's Pike. Go check them out. Shout outs to Giselle, Tiffany, and Teresa. Those ladies are the bomb. They hooked me up and they gave me this shirt. So guys, make sure you guys go over there and sign up for your home internet starting at $35 a month. That's Verizon on Mike's Pike, 722 Mike's Pike, Winslow, Arizona. Go visit those three ladies. As for Giselle, Tiffany, or Teresa, all three of them will hook you up. They will hook you up. You know, I had some trouble with my phone, so they hooked me up. But yeah, we got it going, and those ladies treated me like a king. I felt great being over there. You know, it's not every day I get treated like a king like that. You know what I'm saying, Oos? So, I'll move this over. Okay. There we go. There we go. I'm back on the camera. So, July 20th. Is it July 20th? Yeah, July 20th or June 20th. One of those. July? Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. They had a face-off today, okay? And both of them are not hiding their age, okay? Clearly, Jake Paul, way younger, you know, than Mr. Iron Mike Tyson, the baddest son of a on the planet. Mike Tyson standing at 57 years old versus Jake Paul, 27 years old. And they're going to get it kicking. They're going to get it popping. So I believe Jake heard my message on this YouTube here. You know what I'm talking about, Oos? Hey, but yeah, they did a face-off. And Mike Tyson was like, yeah, he looks great. But then at the same time, he's like, I don't feel great. I just don't feel great. But he better not throw this fight. You know, because everybody knows Tyson can take Jake Paul. But I got to give it to Jake Paul. He was up on that stage looking confident as ever, you know, doing his thing. So, let's see. Hey, Siri, when is the Mike Tyson fight? Let me see. Hey, Siri, when is the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight? It says the 18th, but earlier I read June 20th. That's going to be in AT&T Stadium. I thought she was going to read to me because I got the setup where it's like a British voice. She sounds British, and she sounds lovely. But anyways, it's going to be in Dallas at the AT&T Stadium. Back home down yonder in Texas. That's where that fight's going to be. Right there at the Dallas Cowboy Stadium, everybody. AT&T. Fort Worth, Irving, Texas, just outside Dallas. Yippee-ki-yay-ki-yo. Speaking of song review, this is just a reminder that if you listen to Orville Peck, he has a song out with Willie Nelson. I love Willie Nelson. My favorite album from Willie Nelson, you know what? I'll get back to that. But it's featuring Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson, 91 years old, still doing his thing musically. And go listen to Orville Peck featuring Willie Nelson. Cowboys are frequently secretly fond of each other. Go listen to that. It's a good song. It's a good rhythm, some good music. Funny as hell, but it's a good song. It's a good song. So go remember Orville Peck featuring Willie Nelson. Cowboys are frequently, secretly fond of each other. What do you think those saddles and boots are about? Yeah, and now that song's in my head. Cowboys are frequently, secretly fond of each other. What do you think those saddles and boots are about? Hey, yo, but Willie Nelson also has an album too. He has a song on there. It's one of my favorite songs. It's called "Made in Texas." Cause you know your boy, Mr. Mokey, aka Mike Lynn, Mr. Mokey, was made in West Texas, baby. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, yeah. Hey, I digress. WWE news, Monday Night Raw. It was good. You know, hey, everything's still going good, but it's not as exciting as it was leading up to WrestleMania, as expected. They're ramping up for King of the Ring that's going to be coming up. NXT is going to be having a pay-per-view, I believe, this weekend over at the Apex Stadium in Las Vegas. Of course, WWE is now owned by TKO Sports, the same guys of UFC. So, you know, Dana White has his hand in it. Of course, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's on the board. We have a guest. Hey, what up? How you doing? Welcome to the Big Mokey Show. Hey, make sure you get that home internet, ooze. $35 a month. If you got a question, send questions on the comment. Let me wave to you. Let me wave to you. Boom. I just waved to you. All right. But yeah, they're gearing up for that. NXT. Man. If you guys haven't watched some of the NXT talent, go watch it. My favorite ooze right now is Trick Williams. You know, if you see a lot of my shorts, I'm using his theme song because that dude is bad ace, yo. Hey, look, Trick Williams, he's gonna be somebody to wreck with for a long time. For a long time. Some people say he's a modern day Booker T. You know what? They only saying that because he's black. Let's just be real. They only saying that because he's black. But Trick Williams, he has a whole different offense than Booker T, huh? You know? But you guys go check out Roxanne Perez. Oh my gosh. Beautiful, beautiful wrestler. NXT. Short little thing, but she gets the job done. She is the women's NXT champion. You know what I mean? So in other news, you know, I'm just jumping on here because I just love it. I love my show. You know what I'm saying, Ooze? So today, I got up, you know what I'm talking about? And I was like, man, I got to get up early so I can go to work early, get off early because I got to go help coach a T-ball team. You guys ever coach a T-ball team full of 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds? That's a workout in itself because you guys know their attention span is very little. And they gotta play, I say 2 innings. And that's depending on how many kids are on their team and you're trying to get them organized, that's going to be the hour and a half that they play, okay? And they have 2 games every week in a row. You know, for example, like Thursday, Friday, you know? But, yeah, man, like my daughter, my youngest daughter, she's on the T-ball team, right? So, you know, the key thing is for them to just get an idea of the basics of baseball, okay? My daughter, and all of those kids have their unique way of batting at the tee. But my daughter, she goes to the tee. She gets a little bit of her silliness and her goofiness from me, of course. Um, she'll get up there, swing the bat really fast. She'll hit the ball, and at first she's gotten a lot better. At first, she would go run after the ball after she hit it, and she would be carrying her bat when she's running after the ball. So it was almost like she's like attacking the kids, like, it's my ball, it's my ball. I mean, that's good if it's basketball or whatever, but this is a little t-ball, a little t-ball. So, but they've gotten a lot better. Big ups to the coaches, the dugout coach that helps, myself, and our head coach. We have a really good team, and we all work together. We do our best to let these kids have fun, knowing that their attention span goes by very fast. A lot of them, they'll hit and they'll run to the base. They'll run to first base, and then sometimes when another batter's going up and they hit the ball, usually I'm standing at first base, because those kids, they're not gonna really know when to run, because they're not really watching the batter. That's something that's gonna come later on with their fundamentals. But like I said, they've been doing a lot better staying in their spot, because these little kids will all run to the ball even though it's not in their spot. So big ups to our head coach for teaching the kids to stay in their spot, and to be a little bit more organized. And these kids are getting it. In every game, they get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. That's the point of T-ball. When you're a coach, just being patient and all that stuff. It's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but before, these kids, like, they'll stand at the base, and another batter hits the ball, and then I'm like, run the second, and half the team, each person will run the second. But when it comes to my daughter and some of the other teammates, run. They're just walking. Sometimes my daughter, she'll act silly. She'll like creep to second base. She'll creep to third. And then when she gets to the base, she'll plop down, starts playing with the dirt. And then the field chalk gets her attention every time she starts playing with the chalk. So when she starts playing outfield, when she's playing a little defense, she'll get out of her little spot and start like playing with the chalk, kneeling at the chalk, because that's what most 4 or 5 year old kids are interested in. Yeah. But hey man, look, it's a blast. It's a blast. And her being from parents who are divorced and stuff, it's a good way for her to see mommy and daddy, and I get to be a little bit more involved like I like to be, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, sports is it helps out a lot, So I digress about the T-ball. So I mentioned divorce, and I was going to come on here and tell you why I got divorced. Here's why I got divorced. I'm going to tell you a story. Okay. All right. Myself and my wife at the time, my kids' mother, we used to love to go to this Mexican restaurant. Okay. Right here in Winslow, Arizona. And it's a restaurant that they just moved their location, and it's very delicious, very delicious. Mi Pueblo, Mexican dining. So at the time, my wife at the time and I, we went on a date night, which back in, for me, doing date night wasn't every weekend or a weekend a month or whatever. I was always growing up as a homebody, so it was always movies or whatever. But you know, we went to Mi Pueblo, and I remember it wasn't at this new location. It was at the old location where they were at by Flying J. Um, so we go, and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait. Of course, she ordered her. I believe it was like one taco and enchilada, kind of like a variety plate. That's what she liked, with a diet Dr. Pepper. And that's what she would always get at McDonald's, a diet Dr. Pepper, probably with some nuggets or something like that, and a nice sugar-free vanilla iced coffee. That's what she loved. So anyways, I'm sorry, I digress. I go back to the story. So my wife and I at the time, we go to Mi Pueblo, date night, okay? She orders her food, I order my food. And I'm like, I love beans. And I was like, hey, Pancho, double up on the beans. And he did. Now, backtracking, when I say we used to have movie nights and stuff, I would lay in bed, and, covered up, and we would watch the movies and stuff. Sometimes I would fart. And it was just like, boom, boom. And, sometimes my son would be like, Dad! Or, my wife at the time, oh my gosh, Michael, this stinks so bad. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm a farter. I fart a lot. So now you guys got an idea of, why I say double up on the beans. This is important. So I asked the waiter to double up on the beans. My wife at the time says, Michael, please don't eat all those beans. Don't mix it with cheese. I know you love cheese, but please do not do that. Don't do that. You had a chimichanga for lunch as well. And I'm like, I want my enchilada plate, and I want it stacked. Enchiladas, beans, and I ate it. I ate it all. It was a good dinner date. It was a good date night, and so far so good. So we get back to the house. We get undressed from our nice clothes and put on our jammies, and turn on a movie. We snuggle. Kids are already asleep from the babysitter, so we're watching Tales from the Crypt, and we have our dog in there. She's laying at the foot of the bed, and it's a blue heeler. Her name's Bella. She's cute. So we're watching Tales from the Crypt, and next thing you know, my stomach started feeling like something I've never felt before, like a rumble, like I've never felt. And I was like, oh gosh. And she goes, what is it? I was like, I don't know. My stomach just kind of hurts. And that's when it happened. But it wasn't a regular cannonball type fart. This was a nuclear acid type fart. And it just came out like, and I said, honey, are you okay? And she looked at me. She looked at me with a glazed look in her eye. She was in a coma for 2 weeks from my fart. And on top of that, Our dog passed away from the smell of my fart. So after she got out of the hospital, she's like, I can't take this anymore, Michael. Your farting is just way too much for me. It's too hot. It stinks up the whole house. You put me in a coma, and I can't deal with this anymore. I've told you to not double up on the beans, and you didn't listen. And you never listen when it comes to food or anything. So I'm seeking a divorce, Michael, because I can't stand this type of fart from you. All you do is fart, and it's ripping a hole in our lives. It's tearing us apart. It's ripping us a new one. And I said, honey, just give me another chance. And she's like, no, Michael, no. You farted your last fart with me when you put me in the hospital over that fart you did. I said no more. I'm taking the kids and we're going to my grandma's. So ever since then, we got divorced because of my farting. I checked myself into counseling, Farters Anonymous, and I'm doing better now. I fart a lot less. Sometimes when I'm at work and I'm standing in line for lunch and I'll fart and then leave, and then the next person that comes up behind me, they're gonna think it's the person that was in front of me that farted, you know? And then, you know, I no longer fart in the aisle of stores, and then you know how that goes. You fart in the aisle, nobody's in that aisle, but as soon as you fart, somebody comes on in to that aisle, and it's like, damn. So I no longer do that anymore. I now either go outside or to the bathroom. Either way, especially if I go outside, I have to walk around the block to make sure it doesn't stick on me, because sometimes your farts can stick on you and it'll linger. But I say this, ladies and gentlemen, fellas, please listen to your wives. If you're married, listen to your wives, especially when it comes to farting, because it can cost you your marriage. Okay? And that's why I got divorced. That's why now I'm single, and I can't find anybody. I guess they can tell that I'm a farter. Ladies and gentlemen, check it. Thank you for subscribing. I got some new subscribers today. Okay, Oos? All right. So, I'd like to thank everybody that listened to my fart story. Farters Anonymous. Jokes are not original. But, thank you for letting me take you on a journey. Thank you for enjoying the ride that Mr. Moki took you on. The next podcast, I'm going to read questions from the email. Remember, you can send questions to my email, thebigmokishow@icloud.com. That's thebigmokishow@icloud.com. You can send me questions. I'll read them on the show. I won't even say your name. I'll keep it anonymous. All right, Oos? All I'll do is just read the question, and I'll answer it to the best of my ability. You guys know this is what my podcast is about. I talk about any and everything: football, life, different types of scenario, wrestling. Sometimes I'll have guests. So hopefully soon I'll have a couple guests coming up. I'm still waiting for my boy Freddie to re-up on me to let me know he's going to be coming up. And I think my old boy, my old homeboy, my old Uso, Jude Oso, is going to be on this show. I tweeted him yesterday, or X'd him, the tweet. And he was like, yeah, for sure. And I was like, right on. And I'm still waiting for my best bro, Drew. Where you at, Oos? Drew Shenevy. Come on, Oos. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you, Oos. We can do a telephone. We can do a telephonic. All right, Oos? And then I'm still waiting on my boy, Justin Taylor. But, you know, he's been busy defending his belts and wrestling. He just came from an event over at Loverland, Texas. He's been wrestling for 15 years. So big ups on him. I would love to get them on the show to share their stories, and I know you guys will too. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, please like and subscribe to the Big Moki Show, and make sure you take this video or any other video that's on my YouTube and share it. You can share it on your Facebook and tag as many people as you want and tell them to please like and subscribe, because I can't do this without you. Of course, I love bringing content. 2 days in a row, I brought you some content. But check it. You can get at me, add me on Instagram at Moki0318. You can also add me on Facebook, Michael Lenz. That's it. You can add me on X, MokiBear18 on X. All right. TikTok, Mike Lenz 7. Any of those platforms, you guys can comment and message me and let me know what you guys want me to talk about. Other than that, thank you guys for your time. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. Love, live life. Deuces. Ooses.